Sports and the Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network presents Prairie Wolves basketball. Today it's a conference matchup featuring the Knights of Wartburg College and your Nebraska Wesleyan University Prairie Wolves. This game is made possible by Lincoln Electric System. It's your electricity, own it. And Nebraska Wesleyan University. Now let's take you out to Snyder Arena with Jeff Moats and John Harris.
A big matchup in Iowa Intercollegiate Conference basketball tonight. Should be a fun one here at Snyder Arena. Nebraska Wesleyan and Wartburg College in men's basketball. Along with John Harris, I'm Jeff Moats here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. John, two of the top teams in the conference going to battle it out for the first time this season tonight here on this court. And it's going to be a big up and down game. It's going to be a power struggle more than anything else for these two teams.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You have the high-flying, high-scoring Nebraska Wesleyan, 98.6 points a game. And then you have the Wartburg Knights, 65.5 points a game. So 30-point swings, something has to give tonight.
And the one thing to think about here is the trio of guys that Wartburg has on offense are averaging in double figures tonight. Wasty, one of them, Herman the other, Saris the other. Look for those guys to be very key players for Wartburg tonight. Yeah. But on the other side of the coin, Nebraska Wesleyan, all five of their starters are averaging in double figures.
And Cooper Cook has been hot as a firecracker tonight. Let's see if he can keep it going. Listen, you got to see if you got your legs under you. They've been playing several games in as many days. Both teams, let's see who has the legs to hit those jump shots today.
3 games in 5 days for both of these teams. Endurance is going to be the key in this matchup tonight. Sit back and enjoy this one. It should be a fun one here at Snyder Arena. Nebraska Wesleyan, Wartburg College, the Prairie Wolves, and the Knights will tip it off next right here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's First Filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. Yeah? For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
When you're out to make a difference in the world, begin by exploring what inspires you at Nebraska Wesleyan University. The bridge between you and meaningful, unforgettable experiences. Designed from personal attention to internships to translate into success in your career and life. A place of powerful learning designed to explore you, discover you, propel you. Nebraska Wesleyan University. NWU.
Hi, I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and I wanted to share a hot tip about keeping warm in the wintertime. Instead of turning up your thermostat, turn on a portable space heater. After all, why heat your whole house when you only want the room you're in to be warm and toasty? Oh, that's too toasty. Don't touch that, Gracie. For more energy-saving tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We'll see you next time.
Back here at Snyder Arena here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network, let's bring you the starting lineups here for the Prairie Wolves under head coach Dale Willman. Starters will look like this tonight. Deion Wells-Ross out of Omaha Benson. Jack Hiller, he'll get the start tonight. Hiller is out of Olathe East High School in Kansas. Nate Shimonitz, the sophomore guard from Creighton Prep. Ryan Garver, the junior out of Lincoln Northeast. And Cooper Cook from Blue Valley North High in Overland Park, Kansas, out of the Kansas City area in the starting lineup. Now we bring you the starting lineup here for the Wartburg College Knights, 12-4, 5-2 in the IAC. Cam Kickbush, the junior, gets a start. There you see the leading scorers, Sawyer Herman, the senior. Nate Wasty, the other guard. Jaron Sabas, the junior, getting the start. And Josh Galing, the junior, the center, in the post here for Wartburg. That rounds out the starting lineup tonight here for the Knights. Wartburg will wear those black jerseys with the orange numerals and trim. Pretty sharp-looking uniforms. There you see Wesleyan in the home whites with the dark brown numerals and the gold lettering. Brown trim and the gold trim as well. There you see the starters again. Shimonitz, Hiller, Wells-Ross, Garver, and Cook.
And Wells-Ross is going without. He's going to be sans the headband here tonight.
That's kind of his trademark.
Yeah, so he's giving that up tonight. I bet somebody has hit it. They can't find it. That's why, because normally he'd be wearing it.
Tip is up, and it's going to be controlled by Wartburg.
Bad toss.
We're underway here at Snyder Arena.
Again, Jeff, we said at the outset, you got 98 points a game, you got 65 allowed. So who's going to win out here tonight?
Attacking right of the key, shot up, good defense. And here comes Wesleyan the other way. Nate Shimonitz in the front court. Here's Hiller. He'll launch up the three, missing it. And the rebound will go to Cam Kickbush.
Everybody's got the green light here. You got, again, everybody in double figures.
Long bounce pass out. Ball tipped up out of bounds by Wells Ross. It will stay with Wartburg. Jaron Sabus will inbound it. Couple of key players here. He averages about 15.4 points a game. He's the leading scorer for Wartburg. Out front in the hands of Kickbush. Inside they go to Gailing, posting up on Cook. Spin move off the glass, too strong, no good. Rebound to Hiller, to Garver. As he works it in the front court now. Garver's been red hot as of late for the Prairie Wolves.
Mr. Everything. He can do it all.
Wells Ross. Right side Shimonitz, three on the way. Can't finish it. Cook try to get the offensive board and put back. Here's Wartburg in the front court. Sawyer Herman. Pick and roll, couldn't find it. Nice entry to Gailing. Good defense from Shimonitz. Shimonitz that time giving up about 2 inches to Gailing.
Yeah, what I didn't like about those first two possessions for Wesleyan, you got a guy in Cooper Cook who's averaging 18 points a game. Listen, let him touch the ball. You know, guy has to be in rhythm. Guy has to get started. Touch the ball.
Herman for a three, off. Neither team can't buy a bucket. Gailing with the offensive board, but he's blocked from behind by Cook. As we mentioned, endurance is going to be key here in this game. Both teams have played 3 games in the last 5 days. Very busy stretch of basketball. Wells Ross with 10. Bottled up. Shimonitz with 7. Hiller, shot fake, dribble, pulls up, jumper, kick out, corner, Garver, 3 on the way with 1, in and out.
Wow.
And
everything
now,
right.
Ball kicked out of bounds off of Shimonitz. It will stay with Wartburg.
Boy, it had a great look. Was Garver in the corner? Just couldn't splash it, Jeff. And we're still at goose eggs here.
So, Knights in the front court. Dish out. They move it around. Here's Kickbush. Attacking. Wide open lane to the basket. Lays it in.
Yeah, too easy. That's the easiest one he's going to get tonight. Can't have that if you're Wesleyan. You got to make him work harder than that.
2-0 start here for Wartburg. Wells Ross. Garver curling around. To Cook. Now to Hiller. Shot clock at 8. Hiller for a 3. No.
This is playing right into that 65 points a game.
Here's Herman. Shot fake goes up. Blocked by Wells Ross out of bounds.
Nice recovery by Wesleyan. Wells Ross comes over with help defense.
Now a 30-second timeout taken by Nebraska Wesleyan. We'll keep it right here. And really the Prairie Wolves, we're almost 3 minutes into this first half, and they have not had a bucket yet.
Yeah, had a couple of good looks. Again, Garver's was down and out, but Coach Wellman, he's seen enough. So he's going to draw up something that's going to get the team a basket here. But again, that's exactly what Wartburg wants. They want a low-scoring game. They want Wesleyan to work for everything they get. They want to take their time on offense. They'll take some run-outs if they get them. But again, what's going to give when you're averaging 89 points a game Wesleyan? You're giving up 65 points a game Wartburg. So whose strategy wins out?
And as you mentioned during pregame, that's like a 30-point differential. So Wartburg out of the timeout. Attacking right of the key. Nice hesitation off the glass and in for Sabus.
Yeah, you can't argue. I mean, that's a great job. That's a second driving layup for Wartburg. So Wesleyan has to find the range here, hopefully soon.
4-0 start here for Wartburg. They weave the ball and work it. Shimonitz. Wells Ross from Hiller. Wells Ross turnaround off. No, can't finish it, but he's fouled.
Now, obviously what Coach Wellman did there was say, listen, we have an advantage with Wells Ross on his defender if they're playing man-on-man. So go right inside to him, and they do that. That's Sabus, and Wells Ross goes right over the top. But nice if he could have finished it.
Wells Ross hits the free throw. There's the first point of the game. Senior out of Omaha, Benson, the transfer from Midland up in Fremont. Second free throw good.
Yeah, Wesleyan now on the board.
Former high school teammate of Kyrie Thomas's at Benson. Thomas, of course, at Creighton. Here's a mid-range shot. Good. Knocked down that time by Kickbush.
Yeah, slips right in the basket.
So Wesleyan here in the half-court setup. Wells Ross. Nice step through off the glass and in.
Good job by Wells Ross. Now we're finding our stride here.
2-point game here for Wartburg. Off the glass, no good. Too strong that time for Sawyer Herman. Here comes Wells Ross. Out left side, Shimonitz. Here's Garver. Setting up the offense. They weave out front off the dribble. Shimonitz, step back. Long two, missing it. Offensive board, Cook underneath. One dribble, puts it up, got a block from behind, tip in.
Oh, look at that.
And look at that. Stick to it of this there from Cooper Cook.
That's a great job with the left hand by Cooper Cook to tip it right in.
Tied at 6. Long two on the way, good. Nothing but nylon that time. Counted for Wasty.
Nice little left-handed stroke, Jeff, from the baseline. That's a tough shot, tougher than it looked.
Here's Wells Ross, right side, Shimonitz. Garver. Wells Ross facing up on the baseline. Kick out Shimonitz. 3 on the way, in and out. Now we got a push underneath. It's going to be on Jack Hiller.
Well, Wesleyan just can't find the range here from outside thus far. Boy, that's tough. I mean, you do all of that practicing and warming up and so forth. Then the game starts and you can't find the basket.
Subs in here for the Prairie Wolves. Nate Baugh will check in. And now with a 2-point advantage, Wartburg will look to capitalize here.
Yeah, Clifton Brown from Mims, Florida in the ball game for Wartburg.
He'll work the baseline. Nice post-up move. Turnaround too strong, no good. Offensive board, put back, missing at that time. Recovered by Wartburg as Clifton Brown got the offensive board. Sawyer Brown to the basket, and he draws the foul.
Yeah, again, nice attacking here. Coach Wellman's out on the floor about 1.5 feet. He's telling his team to rebound.
Dale Wellman in his 4th year here at Nebraska Wesleyan.
And that's about as animated and as active as I've seen him, Jeff, in the games since we've been doing these games, and he's been the coach. He's telling his team, admonishing them, listen, we have to rebound.
Herman makes the first one, misses the second. So a 3-point, 1-possession lead here for Wartburg.
Okay, so I want Cooper Cook to hold the ball, to touch the ball here.
Nice feed to Garver, who goes up, and he's blocked but drew the foul.
Yeah, that's a nice take by Garver. Goes back door. Cooper Cook comes swinging around.
Max Smith-Dreos.
And there he goes. Look for Cook. Nope, there he goes, back door. So Garver gets to get his from the charity stripe.
Free throw from Garver, good.
Lincoln Northeast product. We've seen him play a lot of basketball.
And, you know, every time we do a game here and we talk about him, we always say this about him. He has an uncanny sense of playing good defense and knowing where to pickpocket somebody.
Yeah, he does.
He was so good at that in high school, and he still can do it here at the college level.
I was talking to him face to face, and he had my wallet in his hand. So how did you do that?
He's just that quick, and here's Garver. Gets the ball back, attacking, bounce pass, Wells Ross, who puts it in.
Good job by Ryan Garver, Mr. Everything.
And Wesleyan gets the lead at 10-9. Good defense in the transition game that time. Max Smith-Dreos off the screen. Down inside, goes up, missing it. Rebound, Wells Ross. Here's Garver through the defense and draws the foul.
Yeah, it's interesting. He saw an opening. He threw the ball ahead between the two players, and then, of course, he had to split them after he did that. And again, nobody moving their bodies, Jeff, just moving their arms and their hands.
There are a lot of reaching.
A lot of reaching in. That's not going to get it.
Shimonitz to work it in. Lob out front, taken away by Max Smith-Dreos. Here comes Wartburg. Right side layup, missing it. Tip in try, doesn't go. Garver with the board. And the ball knocked out of his hands. He recovers it. Now here come the Wolves. How about that? Kick out far corner. Baugh for a three. Good.
Nice job by Wells Ross attacking the basket, finding Baugh for the splasher.
And the ball tipped up by Garver. Nobody there to retrieve it, but Wartburg gets it back. Now we got a foul.
That's a toucher.
Nate Wasty fouled that time.
You said it, Jeff. Garver got his hands in the passing lane again, and the ball was right there for the taking for Wesleyan. Nobody grabbed it.
Shimonitz is called for the foul for Wesleyan.
So Wells Ross with his arms on his head.
Austin Hall will come in for Shimonitz.
Got to be in good shape to play for this team. And again, you said it. Who has the endurance after so many games in so many days?
I mean, seriously, that's going to be the test for both these teams tonight.
Oh, look
Ryan's
at that.
Nice drive to the hoop from Smith-Dreos. Can't finish it. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Wesleyan. It will stay with Wartburg.
You got Clifton Brown here from Mims, Florida.
Astronaut High School.
Well, some high expectations there.
Left wing area here. Pressure defense on Tyler Zumbach. Smith-Dreos to the basket. Move it around. Three for the top. Back iron strong. No good for Trevor Larson. And the rebound goes to Austin Hall. Hall out of Millard West. He'll work into the high post area. Here's Baugh. Back to Hall at the top. Cooper Cook. What do we got here? A foul. Away from the ball, Trevor Larson.
That's a nice job by Hiller. Looked like he was going to go out to screen, and he just decided to size him up in the post. And Larson didn't have a choice but to try to grab on for dear life.
Out front, Nate Baugh out of Wood River.
And again, Cooper Cook has to get his hands on the ball at some point in time.
Wells Ross works the dribble. Shot clock at 6. Inside Cook with 5. Back out it goes. Baugh for a 3, missing it. And the rebound goes to Clifton Brown. Larson, backdoor bounce pass, shot fake up. Drawing the contact that time was Stolken. And Hiller commits the foul.
That's just a great job on the backdoor play by the Knights. And there he is. Hiller doesn't have his eyes on the ball, Jeff.
Yep.
It's man-you ball. Got to have your eyes on the ball.
Stolken at the free throw line hits the first one.
And that's the oldest play in the book, other than the give and go, the old back door. And we look across and we see Riley and Ken Hamilton, Riley Jane and Ken, and our audience enjoying the Wesleyan popcorn.
Two retired sports writers from the Lincoln Journal-Star covering a lot of prep, sports, and college stuff over the years, mainly Ken Hamilton doing both. Offensive board, Brown puts it back in, got the garbage and put it back in.
You're right about that. That's a junkyard dog right there. They're not calling any plays for him, but if he gets any baskets, it's going to be off his effort, and we saw it there.
13-12. Prairie Wolves by 1, make it 4 off the 3 from Cooper Cook.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that, Jeff, and he finally was able to get one down.
To the other end, layup short, no good that time from Sabus. And the ball knocked out of bounds out of the hands of Wells Ross. Will stay with Wesleyan.
And it went off his leg, but the referee didn't see it because he was behind him. And Coach Paith is like, hey, look, I know we're not at home, but come on, help us out.
11-10 to go here in the half. Wells Ross. Left side Cook, long 3 on the way, and he hits it.
Oh, boy, 18 points a game, folks. And he's been hot. He's still hot.
He's got 8. 19-12 Prairie Wolves. Now these two teams will meet again on February 10th, so between tonight and then, things could change. Driving baseline, ball lost out of bounds. Good defense by Garver. Turnover that time on Jaron Sabus. And back the other way to go for Wesleyan. There you see Ken Hamilton on the left and Riley Jane Hamilton on the right. Both longtime sports writers for the Lincoln Journal-Star. Riley Jane was the prep beat writer for many years for the Journal-Star. Both retired last spring.
Yeah, but they're going to be everywhere sports is happening. They're junkies.
And you know what? They're enjoying their retirement. Now they're spectators. But, you know, we've worked with them. We've covered games.
We've worked around them.
We've worked around them. They've been in the booth with us at a lot of places.
And I love that introvert, Riley Jane. Don't look at me like that. Like, am I crazy?
But you know what? We've actually had it. We've maintained a good relationship with them over the years. They've been pretty respectable of what we do, and we respect what they do, and great people to be around.
Oh yeah. And it's great to know that you know, there's people who love sport. I mean, they live and breathe it.
Especially the local stuff. Here's a 3 from Cook. Can't finish it. Tipped around, and it's picked up by Max Smith-Dreos. Good defense in transition. Ball with the steal. He'll launch up a 3. Knuckleballer can't fall on the rebound to Wartburg. Wide open. Cherry picking. Putting it up in a two-hand dunk for Ryan Stulkin.
The two-hand slammer. Little cherry picking is right. He might have gotten some peaches and something else. Well, he was picking. He was just all by himself. Why was he that wide open?
19-14 Wesleyan. Wells Ross dish off in the lane, knocked away.
Yeah, no man's land.
But they're going to say it was thrown away and not touched by Wartburg. It'll be night basketball. We'll see pretty much a line change almost, not entirely, but 4 new guys in for Wartburg. Shimonitz will come back in for Wesleyan and give Austin Hall a break. So here come the Knights. Front court, Cam Kickbush had an early start here for the Knights. He'll take it to the rack, misses the layup, but he's fouled.
Yeah, another driving layup attempt by Kickbush, and he gets the foul on Cooper Cook.
And Dale Willman very much aware that with a guy like Cook, you need to try to keep him out of foul trouble as much as possible. We've seen games where Cook's been in foul trouble.
Yeah, early,
and he sits.
And part of the challenge for Wesleyan is they don't have a rim protector. You don't have a guy back there just waiting for someone to come to swat the ball away.
Kickbush hits the free throw. That's 5 for him.
So you have to play tough defense and keep your man from the basket.
Lead at 4 here for the Prairie Wolves. Garver, Cook, Shimonitz. Shot clock at 10. Here's Baugh to Garver with 4. Garver on the baseline to the basket, goes up. Trying to draw iron, missed it. Out of bounds off of Wartburg. It will stay with Wesleyan.
Garver and Wells Ross were fighting over the rebound, and somehow they lost the ball. Maybe some Wartburg player hit it out, but they were the two fighting for the rebound. Surprising that Wesleyan maintains possession. I'm sure Coach Paith is saying the same thing.
Dick Paith in his 21st year as the head coach at Wartburg. Inside it goes Cook, lost it, recovered by Garver. Garver, far corner, Baugh for a three, off. And it's Gailing who comes up with a rebound for Wartburg. 8:40 to go, first half. Low scoring game for both these teams. 15-footer from the free throw line area doesn't fall that time for Wasty. Here comes Shimonitz for Wesleyan. And Wartburg staying in that man defense. Wells Ross with a three, right in the face of Gailing. And Wells Ross hits the triple.
Well, they needed that.
22-15, Wolves by 7. Good help defense that time. Driving the key off the glass and in. Nice take that time for Wasty. That gives him 4.
Field goal percentage is high when you're getting layups. Wesleyan has to do something about that.
Neither team setting the world on fire from beyond the arc. Wesleyan with 3 triples, though.
Oh,
here's
look at
Garver
that.
through the defense, and he puts it in.
Oh, the old let me call it that, the Houdini from Ryan Garver.
And on the other end, a 3, back iron strong, no good. That time from Kickbush, Wells Ross with a rebound.
Yeah, Jamie, give us that highlight back.
Here it is, Baugh for a 3, and he's called for traveling. Shuffled his feet before he got squared up to take the shot.
Garver with the old inside out.
Hopefully we can get a replay of that from.
They think he's going to pass the ball out. He goes right to the basket off the glass. Here we go. Hey, look at it. Look what I got. Whoop! Ah!
A la Larry Bird.
Now you see me, now you don't. We're going to call that the Houdini. We got to give every play a name of some kind or another. Little trickeration from Garver.
Here's a steal that time, picked up by Jake Sheaf. Garver. Shimonitz looking in. Wells Ross wants it. He'll square up on the baseline. Cutting the lane. Here's Shimonitz with a layup.
Yeah, that's a nice patience. Shimonitz right down the lane, and Coach Pate says, I've seen enough.
Dick Paith is going to stop the music and burn a 30-second timeout. 6:51 to go. Quick break. Wesleyan with the lead on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and I wanted to share a hot tip about keeping warm in the wintertime. Instead of turning up your thermostat, turn on a portable space heater. After all, why heat your whole house when you only want the room you're in to be warm and toasty? Oh, that's too toasty. Don't touch that, Gracie. For more energy-saving tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We'll see you next time.
Nebraska Wesleyan Pep Band here, bringing us back here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network on LNK TV.
That's my backup band is what that is.
Wesleyan Band.
Yeah, they double as the Wesleyan Band, but usually they're playing Monkeys music for me.
As you were singing along here before pregame, or during pregame before tip-off tonight.
I'm a believer.
Shimonitz comes up with a basketball. Up the floor, foot race. Wells Ross tries to rescue it, but it goes out of bounds off of him.
Shimonitz guy has to put a little air under that, Jeff. Got to put a little air under that. Give Wells Ross an opportunity as he was jetting down the sideline. Wesleyan wants to run that sideline break. And looks like Cooper Cook has some blood on him. That's why he's not in the ball game now.
Yeah, they're getting that taken care of behind the Wesleyan bench. Here's a step through. Tried to go underneath that time was Sabas. He couldn't finish it, but he's fouled. That's going to go against Sheaf.
They're doing a good job of getting down the baseline and into traffic. The Knights are, and getting attempts at the rim. Oh, boy, you got to make free throws, though.
Sabas couldn't hit the free throw. He averages 15.4 points per game as Clifton Brown will check back in.
Now, what do you got to say to a guy from Mims, Florida? Hey, how'd you like to play basketball at Waverly, Iowa?
I'm not sure what the selling point would be.
I'm going to have to talk to Coach Paith about that.
Sabas hits the free throw, 3 for him.
What do you got to say to a guy? Leave Florida and come to Waverly, Iowa.
6:08 to go, first half. That's a good. Again,
I want Paith in Washington. He can make some deals.
Wells Ross to the basket, puts it up. No.
Oh!
Foul going to be on the floor, will not count. That's going to be on Brown.
That's a nice take by Wells Ross. Here we go now. Here we go. He cups it, and then a little fadeaway action. You would think they're going to let that go.
Sheaf in traffic. Had the ball taken away. There's a tie-up for it as Wasty got tangled up with him. The possession arrow points to Wesleyan.
Yeah, Sheaf out of his element there. Got too many guys over there. Hold the ball, pass it around the horn, and let's get into the play.
5:52 on the clock of the game, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Garver gets it. Sheaf to Garver. Down to 10. Wells Ross. Pickpocketed down to 4, down to 3. Sheaf traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, out of sync there.
And Dale Willman barking at his team, trying to get this offense executed.
And Cook's going to get back in the ball game. It looks like they have the blood under control on his jersey.
Left side, here's Sawyer Herman, another double-digit scorer. To the basket, blocked by Sheaf. Herman got it back, pinball, picked up by
Guess
Garver.
who?
Garver in traffic, right side Sheaf. Out it goes Wells Ross. Good ball movement. Ball in the corner for a 3, hits it.
That's how you do it. Swing it around the horn, folks. He eyed it, he spied it. He got it.
And the lead at 11 for Wesleyan, 29-18. Now we're starting to see more of their style of basketball. But Wartburg still trying to keep it within reach.
Pretty methodical.
Down inside, layup not falling that time for Sabas. In traffic. Sabas from the left corner hits it.
That's a nice job of resetting himself, relocating Sabas, and he gets the deuce, the three-pointer actually.
29-21. Wells Ross works the dribble. Here's Shimonitz. Pulls up and under in the lane. Good.
Yeah, that's upper body strength from Nate Shimonitz right there. Took the bump, didn't impede his progress. Got the ball in the basket.
Lead at 10.
That's a weight room play right there.
Far side, dribbling the baseline. Larson tries to dish it to Brown. He's bottled up. Lost that time. Baugh comes up with it. Sheaf with the ball. Slows it down, almost taken away, but Garver gets it back. That was a close call.
Yeah, it was.
Ryan Garver coming off a great defensive effort Sunday at Coe College. Wells Ross draws a blocking foul, and I think that'll be on the floor. Let's see. No, this will be the 1-1 more than likely. He had 8 steals. He, being Garver, had 8 steals. That's tied for most by any player in the IAC this season. And only 6 players in the nation have had more than 8 in a game this year. It's the most by a Wesleyan player in a game in the last 20 years.
Yeah, well, it doesn't surprise me at all.
No, it doesn't.
This guy is, again, he has the uncanny knack of finding a way to get the steals. Right place, right time. It's just unbelievable. I just love watching him, and it's great that he has another year here at Nebraska Wesleyan.
And I think he's really been a big part of this success here at Wesleyan, just like every other player out there on the floor for the Prairie Wolves. And Garver defensively has been a big asset. To the basket that time, shot blocked as Herman was driving to the hoop. Here comes Garver.
Yeah, but what's important, Jeff, is that he's second on this team in scoring at about 13 points a game. So not only is he playing his regular defensive game, he's adding the kind of offense that this team needs.
Wells Ross delayed the entry pass to Cook. Ball knocked away.
Threw it in a bad place.
3:10 to go here in the half.
Yeah, Cooper Cook had the man pinned, and Wells Ross has to get that ball over the top.
But it was a sharp overhead pass. It wasn't a lob. So maybe if he had adjusted the pass a little bit, maybe it would have gotten
Yeah,
to
well,
him.
we saw in the first game, so many great passes from the Wartburg women's team where, it's all about that entry pass and where you position it. And also, as well as I do, as a guy who played close to the basket, the guy asking for the ball needs to ask for it where he wants the ball to be.
Free throw doesn't fall. Wasty couldn't convert.
So put your hand up and say, throw it here.
Here's Garver. Austin Hall to Cook to Shimonitz.
A lot of motion here.
Wells Ross now, shot clock at 10. Here's Cook with 6. Cook, far side Baugh, shot fake dribble, baseline jumper, off. Offensive board, Wells Ross off balance, can't finish it. Retrieved by Baugh into the hands of Hall, back to Baugh.
Wesleyan outworking the Knights here on that possession.
And Dick Paith with his hands crossed in the corner there at the end of that Wartburg bench. Wells Ross bobbled up.
Something there.
That's going to be a traveling call. But that was a good half-court set that time.
Indeed,
he
it was.
Couldn't finish anything.
And when you get to that high post, when you get to that free throw line extended, and Wells Ross most often has the opportunity to take his man off the dribble if you can do that. He just got kind of caught up in the wash there.
Just over 2 minutes left here in the half.
Garver will take your cookies.
But Cooper Cook did that time on the bounce pass. Here comes Wesleyan. Hall to Garver. Garver to Baugh to Hall. Ball fake. Inside. Dish off Wells Ross. Off the glass and in.
Nice interior passing by the Prairie Wolves. The dish, the draw, the deuce.
Lead at 15 now with 1:36 to go here in the half.
Playing the passing lanes excellently here.
Now reaching Fallon Wesleyan. It's going to be the 1-and-1 now. And back at the free throw line will be Nate Wasty, who's only got 4 points. And Wasty averages just over 11. One of 3 guys that average in double figures for Wartburg.
It would making life a little tough for Wasty here.
Free throw good.
But he'll take him from the free throw line. You'll take him anywhere you can get him.
5 for him.
Long way to go with the second half coming up here after this minute 28 seconds is run off here. See what Wesleyan comes up with here.
So Wasty hits both. Here's a 3 from Baugh. Can't finish, and the rebound to Max Smith-Drayos.
Try to get a 2-for-1.
Spin move, forcing up a shot, missing it, tip in, goes in, and it will count for Wasty. Good offensive board and tip in, and he'll go to the free throw line.
A little junkyard dog action there by Wasty. Spin move, ball off, nobody blocks out. He just puts it up there with the left hand and gets fouled by Baugh.
So Wasty at the line hits it.
That's what you call, folks, an effort basket. Effort basket. He's just down there efforting, if you will, and nobody blocks him out, so he might just toss it and see what happens.
And Wells Ross lost the ball, and Wasty with good defense deflects the ball off of Wells Ross out of bounds in front of the Wartburg bench.
Yeah, too nonchalant on the passing here from Wesleyan.
And this is not the way you want to finish the first half.
No, just too nonchalant. Coach is not happy. Not happy at all.
Entry pass, the basket blocked. Stolkin tried to go up with it, got rejected. Here's Cook, bounce pass, Garver to the basket, foul from behind hard. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots, and Dick Paith over there saying that was a clean block.
Let's check it out. Let's see. Oh, boy.
From that angle, it's hard to tell.
It may have gotten with the lower body. But how about that bounce pass there and the catch?
That might have been.
It didn't look too bad on the replay, but he didn't have the replay. We have the replay.
Garver hits the free throw. That's 5. By the way, Garver leads the way in shooting. 89%, ranked 2nd in the conference. Wesleyan as a team ranks 8th in all of NCAA Division III in free throw shooting. Garver sinks the other one. He is 4 of 4 from the line. And the lead back at 11 for Wesleyan.
Wesleyan has to buck up here, at the end of this half. Oh, boy, look at that.
3 ball good. Wasty.
Didn't waste any motion there. Are you kidding?
He's really heating up. Under 30 to play here in the half. About a 4-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Wells Ross in the corner, back out Garver on the wing. Wells Ross falling to the court, long bounce pass Hall, no look pass out, it goes to Garver with 6. Wells Ross in the lane, one dribble, reverse up and in.
Oh, he does such a good job inside there.
What a first half he's had.
Tremendous athleticism.
Down to 2, down to 1. No time to get a shot off before the buzzer, and we're at the break. Nebraska Wesleyan with a 10-point advantage here at the break against Wartburg in a battle of 2 top teams in the Iowa Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. We're at the break. It's Nebraska Wesleyan 39, Wartburg 29 on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Lincoln Electric System is proud to serve the Lincoln area. We can't imagine a better community to work for, so we owe it to our customers and team members to be something even better. That's why we're striving to be the world's best energy company. The kind of people who work for us are the kind of people who will get us there. Reliable people who believe in safety, integrity, and most of all, serving their neighbors. And at LES, the professionals who work here stay here. The reasons are many. You'll get the technology and training you need to succeed and advance. Benefits that allow you to take care of your family's needs and goals. You'll do important work to help create a sustainable energy future for us all. If you are starting your professional journey with LES, you will gain experience in our wide-ranging internship programs. At the end of the day, people stay here, we believe, for a very simple reason. LES is a great place to work, to build a career, and to do something that matters. It's all because we are local people serving local people.
You're watching Prairie Wolves basketball on LNK TV Sports and the Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network.
Welcome back to Snyder Arena. Along with John Harris, I'm Jeff Moats here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. 39-29 Wesleyan. Let's look at the first half stats. And Wesleyan 11 of 23, Wartburg 8 of 26. Rebounding pretty even. Turnovers are even. So fairly even. Wesleyan 6 of 6 from the line, 4 of 8 for Wartburg.
Yeah, well, once Wesleyan got started, Jeff, again, easy baskets inside. Wells Ross was having a field day, doing some good stuff inside. And he's got 15 points in this first half, so that's quite a boon for him. Cooper Cook still getting started here, 8 points so far. But, Wesleyan doing a tremendous job. 46%, that's good.
6 points apiece for Garver and Baugh. Shimonitz with 4. Nate Wasty leading the way with 12 for Wartburg here as they'll begin the ball here in the second half. And now a skip pass that is thrown into the seats by Jaron Sabis.
That's a little airmail action there.
That's a big-time turnover to begin the second half.
Yeah, he should have used FedEx ground.
Dick Paith, that's the last thing you want to see happen.
He's still upset from the first half, Jeff.
Oh.
Still upset. Talked to the ref way into the halftime.
Here's Jack Hiller, who's been in foul trouble around the middle. Forces up a shot, and he's fouled. So he'll head to the free throw line. Hiller tonight has yet to score. Again, he's been in foul trouble. Take a look at this again on the replay. Nice take around the top.
The key to that play is the first step. Hiller beat him on the first step and was tough for the defender to recover. And when you're moving laterally, it's tough. You're going to get that call if you're the offensive player most often.
So he can't convert on the first free throw. Let's see if he can get the second one here.
Wow.
Misses both.
Wow. That's uncharacteristic for him. Pretty good shooter.
So now Wesleyan 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. Still for 75%. Wasty bottle up on the baseline by Wells Ross. Backs his way in. Up and under move. And he gets it to go.
Boy, was that nice footwork by Wasty or what?
That's 14 for him.
You said it right. Up and under inside, outside. He gave a lot of good fakes.
Wells Ross for a three, and he buries it.
Adds to his 15-point total.
That's 18.
Good job by Dion. Without the headband tonight, I understand, but my crack staff said he gave it to a little kid. The old Mean Joe Green action.
Here's Gailing on the left block. Wasty for a three, and it's long, and he airmailed it out of bounds.
Big time airmail.
And that went wide right. Shimonitz now hands over to Hiller. And now Wells Ross lobs it into Shimonitz. Hesitated that time, and now we got a foul.
Yeah, he hesitated. Yeah, right. He hesitated, and Shimonitz had him locked up.
That's the second time he's done that tonight. And you're always taught, if you see a guy open, get him the ball.
Get him in the ball. Get it over the top. You have to throw it away from the defender and toward the offensive player. And if he throws it toward the baseline on just a little bit of a lob, Shimonitz has a basket. But we have the Knights going the other way. Now there you go. There's the entry pass.
Gailing facing up. Off balance, baby hook doesn't go. Cook with the board, and he is fouled by Sabas.
And Coach Pace he's beside himself.
He's sitting back, and he
look at that.
He is frustrated.
Well, his player got his arm caught up, and the rebounder,'s possession of the ball, so he wasn't trying to foul him, but just unintentional.
Here's Cook. Left hand, got it to go
Are
on the
you
floater.
serious?
He went left hand on that. Cooper Cook.
And that's a scorer right there, folks. Not just a shooter. That's a scorer. A guy who knows how to put the ball in the basket in multiple ways.
That's 10 for Cooper Cook, by the way. Sabas to the basket. Trying to split the defense. Had a chance to finish it, but he drew the foul.
You know what I like about Sabas is that, when he sees an opening, Jeff, he goes right for it. He didn't hesitate. Boop, saw it, go. Good job.
Free throw is up and in that time for Sabas. Cooper Cook with the second foul. And Sabas hits the second free throw.
11-point lead, Jeff, but it just seems like they're kind of hanging around.
Here's Bob between the circles. Cook, left side Hiller. Cook lost the ball, gets it back. Shot clock at 3. Hiller for the 3, and he buries it right before the buzzer on the shot clock.
Yeah, hadn't had one before, and he got the emergency one.
On the other end, shot up and no good for Sabas. Back the other way for Wesleyan. Hiller in transition. Cook launching up a long 3.
Oh, my goodness. The stationary 3 for Cooper Cook. Great job by Hiller.
And the lead at 17. Free throw, or three-pointer rather, missing. Garver with the board up the floor. Ba with a lay-in. Tried to dunk it, but he lost his footing. And he went down, and he is hurt. And Dale Wellman talking to the official saying, hey, we got a hurt player.
Well,
you need to stop play.
Well, yeah, they can't do that, though. If the other team is headed the other way, they're going to have – and so Garver takes the foul. Okay, so he was going to dunk it. He decided not to. He just came down.
Came down awkwardly on that. I think it's his right ankle.
Yeah, just strange. Hopefully nothing serious.
Inbounds pass. Here's Wasey. Foul going to be called on Wesleyan.
Boy, if they're going to call the second half like that, we'll be here a long time.
Austin Hall commits the foul for Wesleyan. Herman bounce pass. Gailing forcing up a shot. Kind of an off-balance looking shot. Missed everything, but it goes out of bounds off of Wartburg.
Nice interior defense from 3 Wesleyan players. Wells Ross along with Garver and Cooper Cook.
16 minutes here in this game. The lead at 19 for Wesleyan. Garver to Hiller, now to Cook. Backdoor cut, Garver, shot fake, goes up and in.
Nice cut to the basket and a nice find by Wells Ross that time.
8 for Garver. And the lead at 21. Now foul on Cook, who picked up foul number 3 right there.
Yeah, and the question is why. I mean, you don't need to be reaching like that. That's not, and Wellman's going to leave him in there. Let's see here. Nah, not too much there. Not too much, but referees saw it otherwise.
There's Cam Kickbush. Lob from Herman to Gailing, facing up, double team, back out. Kickbush for a 3. Bouncing through, got the friendly roll.
Yeah, that's that soft rim, Jeff. That helps. That's helpful for your team, and it's helpful for the opposing team if he shoots it just like that.
Garver to Hiller. Wells Ross called for traveling.
Got to put it down first.
And the one thing, the last couple of years since Dale Wellman has taken over this program here at Wesleyan, we see more local players come back in the fold. We only had maybe a handful at one time. A lot of kids from out of state, but more of a local flavor here in Lincoln with Wesleyan. Herman's 3 long, rescued by Clifton Brown, but not in time as it goes out of bounds.
Well, guys want to play a good offensive style. This is an up and down. You want the green light, and most of these players have it.
Pressure broken. Hall, bounce pass Wells Ross, goes up, fouled underneath by Brown.
Nice job on the press break. Attack the basket. Wells Ross, the beneficiary. Now he'll get to the line for the 2 points from the line if he can make them. Pretty solid free throw shooter. 4 for 4 in the first half.
Free throw good for Wells Ross. 19 in the game for him tonight. He's really developed into a very good player here at Wesleyan. Free throw up and in. That gives him 20. The lead at 20 for Wesleyan. And Wartburg in a position where they got to try to play catch up. Kick push for a 3. Line drive shot doesn't fall. Wells Ross with a board. And he's got to call timeout. And Dale Willman's going to say, let's burn a 30. Now waste a full one here. 20-point lead here for Wesleyan. And again, much better tempo. Last time we saw him here was against Buena Vista.
Oh, boy.
That's a game that everybody wants to forget about because Buena Vista really put the hammer down here.
Oh, my goodness. Are you serious?
In Lincoln.
They played as well as anybody can come in here and play, Buena Vista. And, boy, they put a whooping on Wesleyan. Something awful.
Well, right now, you look at the conference standings. Loris, 6-2. Wesleyan, 5-2. Buena Vista, 5-2. Wartburg, 5-2. Loris is 13-4 overall. Wesleyan, 14-2. So Wesleyan with the best overall record in the conference. But you've got Loris, Wesleyan, Buena Vista, Wartburg, and Simpson. Each of those teams in conference play with 2 losses. So this will be a competitive conference schedule as Hall falls to the floor, across the timeline, no over and back. He was right on the border there.
And right on the back of the Wartburg player.
Cooper Cook pulls up, dribble, shot. Foul on Clifton Brown. That's his 3rd.
And that's because Wells Ross is so energetic and so active down there on the offensive glass. Clifton Brown. See what happens here. They got a little moisture at half court where the players fell.
Well, Wells Ross, 6'4", 195. Brown, 6'5", 190. They're about the same size.
Wells Ross a little cagey down there, though.
That's kind of his territory. He wants the ball. He wants to go at it.
And again, you come from Benson.
Cooper Cook for a three, buries it.
Boy, look at the quick release, Jeff. And he's still hot.
59-36 Prairie Wolves, and a steal from Wells Ross, but not for long. It's a wrestling move between him and Herman. Tie it for the basketball. Wesleyan gets it back.
And guess who has the ball?
Garver.
Who ends up with the ball, who wasn't even in the play, came out of nowhere.
Went to a basketball game and a wrestling match broke out.
Yeah, I saw Dick the Bruiser and Blackjack Lanza down there. And the Funk Brothers. And I'm not talking about, Parliament Funkadelic. That's a lot of Google action there.
You're talking about Dory and Terry.
That's right. The Valentines. You folks know what I'm talking about.
What about
none of this stuff we see today.
the Vachons, the Briscoes?
Oh, man. Are you kidding? And Omaha's own, Nebraska's own.
Here's Jack Hiller for a three, and he hits
it.
it.
Hiller has found the range here, folks. Nothing early, but he's come on here.
6 for him in the game. Look at Garver.
That's a great job by Garver.
Met up with Sawyer Herman. He kept his hands behind his back, too. Trevor Larson in the game.
Oh,
Bounce pass, nice cut to the hoop. Shot up, doesn't go that time for Ryan Stolken.
He was right there.
He was up there, too. He elevated.
Yeah, he's got the two-hand smash down here at this end. Thought he might have laid the hammer down. Didn't do it.
Under 13 to go. 3 on the way from Herman. Doesn't fall. Had a hand in his face from Garver. Wartburg gets it back. Another try on offense. Dish off to Gailing. Missed it. Got the basket off the tip-in off his own miss.
That's just a great job of persistence on his part. But I left folks hanging there. Omaha's own is Baron Van Raschke. And there's the left hand. And Gailing's like, finally, I got something to go through the basket. Finally.
Free throw good. 3-point play converted by Gailing. 62-39 Prairie Wolves with the lead of 23. Now we got a push at midcourt by Trevor Larson. So the 5th team foul against Wartburg here with 12:35 to go.
Yeah, Herman's going to step out and become an assistant coach here for a moment. And Max Smith Drejos.
Austin Hall, dish out left side. Shimonitz, 3, off. Offensive board, Cook. Cook to Hiller with a long baseline jumper, and he knocks it.
Hiller is finding the range. That's a nice job. Great offensive rebound, and then the kick out to Hiller, who's found the range here in the second half, folks.
8 points within the first 8 minutes of the second half here for Hiller. The ball, interior pass, knocked out of bounds. It's going to be off of Cook into the student section for Wesleyan.
Yeah, I think it was tipped by a Wesleyan player.
Inbounds pass, Larson left side. Inside they go to Gailing against Wells Ross. Got the hook shot blocked. Shimonitz comes up with it. Left side, here it is, a 3 from Hall. In and out. Out of bounds off of Stolken. It will stay with Wesleyan.
Boy, I thought Cook knocked that out. Well, Wesleyan had another opportunity.
Dick Paith is saying, wait a minute, wasn't it tipped out of there?
Exactly. That's what he's saying. I think he saw the same thing I saw. But Wesleyan keeps it.
Cook off the inbound for a 3.
Oh, my goodness, the Rainmaker. Well, you can't let him get an open catch like that.
This is more of his game tonight, 67-39 Prairie Wolves.
And he's been playing well of late after that Buena Vista game where he was just not, he stunk it up, boy.
Left hand off the spin move, doesn't go that time for Jaron Sabas. Hall to the basket, scoop shot, up and in.
Oh, look at that. Little coast-to-coast action.
Sophomore out of Millard West. And now the lead is at 30. 11-10 to go in the game. Here on the other end, here's a runner missing it. No good that time for Max Smith Drejos. Here comes Wells Ross in transition. He'll slow it down, hesitate. Tries to go up, goes out of bounds. He lost it. It'll be a turnover on Wesleyan.
Too much dribbling by Wells Ross. He had a couple of guys spotting up on the outside. He does a hesitation. He's going to trick everybody. The whole Houdini didn't work that time. Can't forget you got 4 other guys out there.
Wartburg just trying to get back into this game, and time starting to become of the essence for him. Long 2, good for Max Smith-Dreos. That's his first field goal of the night. Wesleyan starting to feel that groove. They got that win the other night over in Cedar Rapids against Coe. Coming off a win against Dubuque. Garver. Nice high low to Wells Ross.
This guy. Oh my goodness. He's just. I love watching him play. I just love it.
What a player. Under 10 to go. Here's a 3 from Stolken, and he hits it.
Nice stroke from outside by Stolken. Not going anywhere. Down big.
6 for him. 71-44. Shimonetz blow by move. And he can't finish it.
Off the front of the rim. The Knight goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Shimonetz off to the races. Would have been nice if he had a little English here. Oh, he had to do a loop-de-loop there, a la Bob Cousy. Now, when I say Cousy, most people think of a drink holder. That's not what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Now, I know you know. Wells Ross goes off to a rousing applause.
Now, what is Bob Cousy's connection to Nebraska?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Sensei. Because I haven't the faintest idea.
He was actually the head coach of the Kings when they were in Omaha and Kansas City in the early 70s.
That's right.
He was the coach.
Now his other connection is
scoop shot. Nice drive to the hoop that time for Nate Wasty. Now on the other end, here's Bob.
Look at that.
Wow. One end to the other.
His other connection is that he was the coach of the Royals, Cincinnati Royals, of which Oscar Robertson played.
Right.
And Oscar Robertson is the best friend of my father-in-law,
Albert Maxey.
So that's the other connection.
Who played at Nebraska.
That's right. So Cousy is all over Nebraska. He's all over. His fingerprints are all over the place.
It's kind of 6 degrees of separation deal. Jake Sheaf throws the ball away, intercepted.
Not good.
Max Smith-Dreos in transition. Had the ball knocked away by Nate Boss. Scramble for the ball. Shimonetz got it. He's bottled up in the backcourt. Gives it up. Cook. They got numbers. A 3-on-2. Sheaf wide open left side. 3 on the way. Off. And Gailing with a rebound for Wartburg. I think Cousy was the head coach. I think the first 2 seasons that they had the dual affiliation with Kansas City and Omaha. Smith-Dreos for a 3 short. They're going to go out of bounds. It'll be Wesleyan ball.
Now, how did that work? Did they play some games in Omaha and then
well,
play some
what
games
happened
in Kansas City?
was this is before Kemper Arena was built. I think they split the time between the Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City and the Civic in Omaha.
Wow, that's interesting.
I think they played maybe 20, 25 games a year in Omaha.
I used to watch them on TV.
Garver off the dish from Shimonetz.
Great job by Shimonetz with his eyes, his head up and his eyes that peeled to under the basket, and there's Garver just kind of hanging out.
Garver now at 10, the lead back at 30 for Wesleyan. Gailing in the post, baby hook, bouncing off. Tipped around, Garver tied up with Wasty that time. It will stay with Wartburg. But that's how they did it. They split their time between Omaha and Kansas City. Most of the games were in KC, though.
Yeah, I imagine. I did watch those games on television. Came on late at night.
Drive to the hoop. Larson missing it. Tippin doesn't fall. Here comes Shimonetz off the miss. Up the floor, Sheaf to the basket, lays it up and in.
That's a nice look ahead and a nice run out by Wesleyan. And they are cooking on all cylinders right now, folks. Playing the kind of game that they want to play.
Well, my folks, they went up and saw a few games up there when the Kings played. Nice pick and roll. Gailing with the feed to him, and he lays it in.
Yeah, that's the fundamental right there. Pick and roll.
In fact, they saw Wilt Chamberlain with the Lakers.
Live? Wow. That should have been a sight.
I believe so.
Wilt the Stilt.
Saw a lot of good players in Omaha. Paul Silas when he was with the Celtics. Here's a shot from Garver.
Oh, hanging in the air. Going one way, going back the other.
80-48. 32-point lead. Step back baseline jumper good.
Oh, that's nice.
And Wasty feeling that, getting the pressure and getting the business from the Wesleyan students under the south basket.
Yeah, they are a rowdy lot.
What was it, a couple of years ago? They had the Michelangelo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure that they had. As Cooper misses a three. Behind the back pass, no look there from Shimonitz. They'll reset. Garver on the low block. Shot clock at 18. Here's Cook for another three. Can't finish it. Offensive board, though, right in the hands of Baugh.
Kept it alive.
Baugh now with 12.
Sheaf kept it alive, and Baugh the beneficiary.
82-50 our score.
Whoa.
Long two on the way.
Garver almost had another steal.
Wasty connects. Averages 11. He's well over that tonight. Trying to remember what game it was. Was it Midland or Concordia? As Garver drives the hoop, kick out. Here's Shimonitz for a three. Hits it.
Yeah, it's a nice look by Garver.
But the game where they had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and one of them chokeslammed it and the head came off. And I could not stop laughing. I could not keep my composure. That was one of the funniest things I'd ever witnessed. I'm not kidding. There's a guy from it was either Concordia or Midland shooting a free throw, and one of those guys picked it up and chokeslammed it right on the court underneath the basket, and the head came rolling off. And now I got you in hysterics. It was one of the funniest things I had ever seen. And I remember sharing that on social media. I said, you guys have got to see this.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, it was so funny.
Oh, my goodness.
Smith-Dreos misses a three for the top. Open rebound here for Austin Hall.
And I've seen them with that Ninja Turtle.
So, yeah, you're familiar. But they have not – they haven't had it back, and I wonder why.
Well, hopefully someone has gotten rid of it.
But it had like a Nebraska Wesleyan football jersey and everything.
Oh, I remember it.
Wells Ross from the top, and he splashes it.
He's still hot? He was just on the bench.
He's got 23.
He must have been hot on the bench.
87-52. This has become a rout.
Well, we talked about it at the beginning. Whose style, whose will win out here? The 98 points a game or the 65 points in defense? Yeah.
Baseline jumper no good for Wartburg. 60.4% from the field is what Wesleyan is shooting right now.
And it's not just layups. You know, they're shooting from outside as well.
Brown underneath, tries to dish it, taken away by Wells Ross. He'll slow it down, gives over to Hiller. He'll rise up for a three, off. And a foul on Austin Hall.
Hiller is also, he figured, hey, listen, I made two before. I think I'm still hot as well. So 3:41, Coach Wellman says, hey, let's call off the dogs here. Yep.
Casey Conklin will check in. Patrick Sullivan will check in for Wesleyan. Some younger guys also coming in for Wartburg.
This is a great win for Wesleyan.
A much needed win. Cade Roberts, the freshman, will check in. This is a much needed win.
Yeah, and as you look forward here, again, 3 games in a row on the road.
They go to Dubuque this weekend. Free throw doesn't fall. Roberts with a rebound.
So they're going to be playing some tough teams. Now Dubuque is 1-6 in conference, so they have some opportunity to win some games.
Backdoor cut, lost the ball, recovered though by Hiller. Hiller tries to skip it, but hit the bottom of the basket, deflected out of bounds.
Yeah, so you got Simpson, you have Loris, you have Dubuque. The question is, can you come out of that 2-1 or 3-0? Because you got to play Loris.
So a tough stretch coming up.
Well, no, you're going to play Luther. So you're playing two teams at the bottom of the conference and one team in the mid-pack.
Here's a steal from Hall. Hall going to go up, lay it up and in.
Hall playing a good ball game here tonight.
3 minutes to go, 89-52 Prairie Wolves. They've been clicking on all cylinders here.
After a slow start.
Yep. Camry Moore into the game. He's out of Waverly, Iowa, the hometown of Wartburg College, and a traveling call. Trenton Gosnell called for the travel as he checks in tonight.
From Nichols, Iowa. Now, a lot of these places in Iowa I have seen. And there's only one person, it looks like, on the team who's not from Iowa, and that is Clifton Brown.
You're right. Everybody else is from the state of Iowa. Cade Roberts. Conklin to the basket, can't finish. Offensive board and putback is in there for Pete Ackerman, the freshman from Lincoln East. His first basket of the game.
Yeah, we remember watching him play at Lincoln East.
On some good teams that did not make the state tournament, though. Here's a shot up and in for the left side. Colin Workman.
Strong move by Workman.
He's also out of Waverly, Iowa. 91-54 here, 2 minutes to go. So among the top teams in the conference, we thought this would be a much closer game, but not the case. Ackerman for a three, and he hits it. 5 quick points off the bench for Pete Ackerman. And a 40-point lead down inside. Turnaround shot high off the mark, no good that time for Trenton Gosnell. Now Ty Bardsley, the younger brother of Trey Bardsley, in the game for Wesleyan. Roberts, far corner, Ackerman, shot fake, dribble, baseline jumper, good. So, man,
Ackerman
off
said,
the
"Listen,
bench
hey,
and
hey,
7 straight points.
I need some play time, Coach. I need some playing time."
96-54 Wesleyan, closing in on the final minute of the game.
Yeah,
And Dale Wellman's really going to clear the bench now.
Yeah, Ackerman's looking over there and said, "Hey, listen, I should have been in the game a long time ago."
So Connor Thompson, he'll check in. Drew Hoffman will check in momentarily. Free throw up and in for Camry Moore.
Yeah, Camry Moore, a sophomore from right in the same town as the college.
And Ryan Kinnegear will check in as well for Wesleyan. 96-55. Moore at the line for one more, and he hits it. 40-point lead here. Conklin to Ackerman. Hoffman, tip out, 3 on the way, good for Connor Thompson, the freshman from Greeley West High School in Colorado.
Hey, listen, is everybody on this team locked and loaded?
99-56, more attacking, and a foul going to be called.
I mean, these guys been sitting on the bench all game, and they come out and
they're locked and loaded.
Oh my goodness! Are you serious?
Pete Ackerman, 7 quick points off the bench,
and then Connor Thompson comes in. I mean, man, he shot that one from Greeley. Are you serious?
No good.
I've been to Greeley, Colorado. You ever been to Greeley, Colorado?
Oh, you bet I have.
Been to Greeley, Colorado.
Got some cousins that live out in Greeley, Loveland, Fort Collins area. Moore gets it back, feet inside, tracked down by Workman on the low block, muscling his way up, puts it in with a baby hook with the left hand.
Yeah, Workman doing work in the low block.
99-58, 32 seconds to go here.
See, will they pull it out or will they take another shot at it here? Who hasn't scored? Back door.
Traveling. Oh, so they won't hit the century mark.
Oh, man. Well, they might.
Well, they may.
They might. Depends on how quick Wartburg decides to take a shot. Coach Pace might say, you know what, just slow it down so they don't get another shot. Let's just take the last shot.
Shot clock is off.
He's going to take it.
More to the basket. Scoop shot in.
Yeah, here we go.
11 seconds to go. Wesleyan up 99-60. And dribbling it across will be Connor Thompson. We're down to 4, down to 3, and that's going to do it. Your final score tonight, Nebraska Wesleyan 99, Wartburg 60 in convincing fashion.
Indeed.
Wesleyan improves to 15-2, 6-2 in the conference. Wartburg falls to 12-5, 5-3 in conference play, and that's how things end tonight here. And a big game for Dion Wells-Ross unofficially with 23 points.
He forgot the headband. He didn't have the headband, and that let his hair go free. It let his mind breathe.
Yeah.
And he was off the chain. So maybe he should play without the headband moving forward. I'm going to ask him about it when we get down on the floor.
So that does it. Here from Snyder Arena tonight, Nebraska Wesleyan 99 and Wartburg College 60. A big thanks to our entire Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew. For Jamie Wentz, for John Harris, I'm Jeff Moats saying so long. Thanks for watching. Good night from Snyder Arena here in Lincoln.
This LNK TV Sports and Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network broadcast was made possible by Lincoln Electric System. It's your electricity, own it. And Nebraska Wesleyan University.